and from the speeches beginning with our Member of Parliament, Wamombi, I think I'm vindicated that many of us were of little faith. We were of little faith that when we prayed to cross over, as you said, God promised that He will help us to cross over and never promised us that there will be no storms. I must admit, that bit of no promise of no storms, I wasn't certain. I thought He would cross over and it would be smooth sailing. And when we encountered a little storm, many of us who I say probably we were of little faith, we kept asking our president. And Honorable Wamombi has put it very well. And it's not Honorable Kawanjiko alone. It is many in the political class who kept pestering our president and asking, Your Excellency, don't you see property is being destroyed in our country? Don't you see our country is headed the wrong way with violence, anarchy, and bloodshed taking roots in our nation? But we didn't know, Bishop, that His Excellency the President was of greater faith than many of us. And Your Excellency, I must thank you for your faith, because right from the campaign, many a times we came to your residence in Karen when we felt beaten by the storms that were there then. And you kept telling us and asking us, and I've said this before, kwani nyinyi watu hamjui kuna Mungu mbinguni? And we saw the hand of God. And Bishop, as Bishop Wanjohi said, on the foothills of Mount Kenya and between the Aberdare Ranges and Mount Kenya, we come back to Sagana Lodge to give thanksgiving to God for having seen us through that storm. And also to give Him thanks for what He's about to do for us in this country. And I want to thank God that in the words of Bishop Wanjohi, who said that God promised to get us from ridicule to praise, that from the ridicule we suffered, we come back to Sagana with thanksgiving and praise to God. From the shame to a portion of double blessing, we come back to Sagana. And as Bishop William said, we have crossed over. And as I've said earlier, we didn't know we would cross over and encounter storms, Bishop. But we thank God that even with the storms, we are now enriched with a greater faith that God has gone before us. And as Bishop Wanjohi prayed, I think it's when he was concluding, he asked the House of Clergy to stand up. And he said, let us make a declaration, because I know there is another side that will come here and make declarations. And he declared there will be no more demonstrations with the clergy. Bishop Wanjohi, I want to assure you, even those on the other side, and I saw you looking at me, I don't know why you are looking at me. Even those on the other side in the political class, we have committed that there will not be demonstrations. Demonstrations will be there because it is a constitutional right and our constitution that the people have the right to picket, to demonstrate, and to protest peaceably and unarmed. But what we have committed to is that there shall be no more violence, no more anarchy, no more bloodshed in the political engagements of our country. That we have made a commitment, Bishop, and I want to give you that word. And we said in our statement last week, Bishop, that we are committing as a political class And I say this speaking after the engagement the president had with his competitor in the last elections, that we have agreed. And when we said in that statement that we have agreed, we were giving that statement as Kenya Kwanza and our colleagues in Azimio, that we have agreed there shall be no more violence, there shall be no more anarchy and bloodshed in our political discourse, and we also agreed that we shall have no handshake and no nusu mkate. Therefore, Bishop, as you spoke about crossing over, we are crossing over from a nation where anarchy, bloodshed, violence, and violent demonstrations were the order of the day. We are crossing over from a place where ridicule and shame were the order of the day. And we are now crossing over to a place where economic prosperity, respect for the rule of law, constitutionalism, and protection of our democracy, where we compete in the political arena. And after elections, we settle down, congratulate the winner, respect those who lose the elections, and we move on together as one country, focusing on the needs and the aspirations of our people. That is where we are crossing over to. And Bishop, I must thank you for restoring our faith, that even amidst the storms, we shall cross over to that other side of a peaceful, prosperous nation. And I want to believe from now onwards that will be the engagement we shall be engaging on. As Governor Sess has said, Your Excellency, we are very well instructed that we shall engage with our colleagues not in an environment of threats and blackmail, not in an environment of uncertainty, but having the certainty that we are engaging with other leaders who also ought to carry the aspirations of the people who have elected them, Your Excellency. And I want to promise you, as we engage together with Governor Cicely and the rest of the team, we shall do so with utmost respect to our Constitution, to the rule of law, respecting and protecting our democracy, and knowing that we have a duly elected and legitimate government to govern our country, with you and the Deputy President leading us in that front. Your Excellency, now that my faith is restored, I do not want to say more than that. I want to take this opportunity to ask all the members of parliament who are here and our senators to come here. I introduce them before I call on CS Alice Wahome to prepare herself. She will come. Members of parliament, please, respectfully. I will then ask CS Wahome to prepare herself to come and introduce other government officials here present with us today. Tutembee haraka, najua faith has been restored. And I'll begin as they come. Maybe we'll use the other steps. Huyo hapo is Mheshimiwa Njogona Kawanjiko, Kiambaa, Member of Parliament. Our Deputy Whip in the National Assembly, Mheshimiwa Naomi Wako, Marsabit. Mheshimiwa Alice Ng'ang'a, Thika Town. Mheshimiwa our Finance Chair, Mheshimiwa Kimani Kuria, Molo. Mheshimiwa Mugambi Rendekere, kanisani hatutatumia hiyo ingine. Mheshimiwa wetu wa Bori in Meru County, Mheshimiwa Roko from Mbere North, huko Siakago, the tallest man in parliament. Mheshimiwa wetu wa Mwea, Mheshimiwa Mary Mainge, Momeru Mutune, Mheshimiwa Rahim Dawood, Mheshimiwa wetu wa Imenti North, Mheshimiwa ambaye alikuwa chairman wetu wa bipartisan team, Mheshimiwa Adharaka, Mheshimiwa Sir George Murugara, Mheshimiwa Kerema, Mheshimiwa wetu wa Imenti Central, Mheshimiwa Njoroge Kororia, jirani yetu kutoka Gatundu North, Mheshimiwa George Koimburi Juja. Huyu ndiye niliambiwa ni introduce kama mbunge. Mheshimiwa wetu wa Murang'a County, Mheshimiwa Betty wa Maina. Wawa Mobi. Mama wetu wa county ya Nyandarua, Mheshimiwa Faith Getau. Mheshimiwa wetu wa Keharo, Mheshimiwa Ndindi Nyoro, ambaye ni chairman wetu wa budget committee. Ndiye anagawa pesa yote ya Kenya. Mheshimiwa Mama Kairemia, County Women Rep, Meru County. Mheshimiwa Wakili Moreu, Gatanga constituency in Murang'a. Mama wetu wa county Nyandarua, Mama Wanjiko Mohea. Kipipiri, sorry, former Women Rep Nyandarua, now member of parliament for Kipipiri. Huyu ndiye Alimunya Kemunya. Mama wetu wa county Kiambu, Ann Wajiko wa Muratha. Mheshimiwa wetu wa Embakasi North, Mheshimiwa Gakuya. Namuuliza kama nitumie Basenga, ananiambia hapana. Gakuya. Embakasi Central, ambaye pia ni wa hapa Nyeri, Mheshimiwa Meja Dong Mwangi Gathero, ni wa hapa Nyeri. Party leader wa chama cha Jubilee, ambaye ni alikuwa mbunge wetu wa county ya Murang'a na sasa ni nominated MP and party leader Jubilee, Sabina Wajiro Chege. Mheshimiwa wetu wa county ya Kirinyaga, Jerry Wito Gacheri Gaito. Mheshimiwa wetu wa Kinangop, Kwenya Thuku. Mheshimiwa Mushira, Mheshimiwa wetu wa Aljororok. Mheshimiwa Mary wa Maua Maragwa. Mheshimiwa wetu wa Embu County Daboen. Mheshimiwa wetu wa Bahati, Mheshimiwa Irene Njoki. Mheshimiwa jirani yangu Githua wa Mashukuru Kabete. Najua wakati kanisa ya Korino iliitwa, pia kwa bunge tulikuwa represented kwa kawaya ya Korino na Mheshimiwa Kareba wa Manyata. Runyenje, sorry. Mheshimiwa Gachagua, hiyo Olborosat, governor wao alikuwa anaongea, iko kwa constituency yake na ndiye alingoa Keoni. Mheshimiwa Walari Mboro Kahangara. Mheshimiwa wetu ambaye pia ni speaker, Mheshimiwa huwa anasaidia speaker wetu, Mheshimiwa Martha Wangari Gilgil. Mheshimiwa Modhoni nominated from Meru County. Mheshimiwa Kehongi from Kangema. Mheshimiwa Dr. Mutunga ambaye ndiye chairman wetu wa majani chai, kahawa na maziwa Agriculture Committee, Dr. Mutunga. Huyu alikuwa amejifanya Mokorino lakini speaker akakataa. Anaitwa Mheshimiwa Kagobe Gatondo South. Mheshimiwa wetu wa Ruiru, Mheshimiwa Simon Kengara. Mheshimiwa Kili, Dan Kili, Imenti Igembe Central. Dr. Mweti South Imenti in Meru. Mheshimiwa wetu wa Mbere South, Dr. Muriuki. Engineer Dr. Muriuki. Mheshimiwa Kamande Mwafrika Roy Sambu. Mheshimiwa wetu wa Kirinyaga Central, Getare, Savea Getare. Dr. Karani Wachira, Laikipia West. Mheshimiwa wetu wa Geshogo, Githinji Gishimu. Igembe North, Mheshimiwa Taitumu. Mheshimiwa Kenothia Gashove wa Nakuru County, Subukia. Mheshimiwa CPA Julius Ruto, Keses. Mheshimiwa wetu wa Kandara, Mheshimiwa Shege Njuguna, Kigumo, Mheshimiwa, the first name is Joseph Munyoro, Dr. Mugo Mathioya. Mama wetu wa Naivasha, Mheshimiwa Jane Kihara, ambaye pia ako nyumbani, ni wa hapa tetu. Mheshimiwa wetu wa kaunti jirani ya Laikipia, Mama Jane Kagiri. Mheshimiwa wetu wa Kiambu, constituency in Kiambu County, Mheshimiwa Waithaka Mashua. Nominated member of parliament from Gatondo North and Kiambu County, Mheshimiwa Teresia Wanjiro. Mbunge wetu ambaye ndiye mbunge mchanga kabisa na mchanga wa East Africa, mbunge wa East African Assembly, Mheshimiwa Maina Karovia. Senator wetu wa Embu, Mudigi Wonekaga. Senator wa Nairobi County, Mama Karen Nyamu. Mama wetu, Senator wa Nakuru County, ambaye pia ni Deputy Majority Leader kwa bunge la Senate, Mama Tabitha Karanja. Karibu niseme Tabitha Keroshe. Senator wetu wa county jirani Laikipia, Senator Kinyua. Senator Joe Nyoto, Murang'a County. Senator wa Kajiado, jirani yetu, Senator Seki. Senator wetu nominated and our former Secretary General of UDA, Senator Veronica Maina. Senator wa Bungoma ndiye senator wa speaker wetu, Senator Wafula Wakoli. Mama wetu Mama Fatuma Dulo, ambaye ni senator wetu Isiolo. George Mbogwa, our nominated senator. Senator wetu wa Nyandarua, kijana mchanga, Senator Medhu. Senator wa Kiambu, Senator Karogo wa Thango wa Ekau. Senator ambaye unafunga na kufungua kila siku, Murago, kutoka Kirinyaga County. Senator nominated member of parliament wa Bori, Mheshimiwa Mpuru wa Bori. No, former nominated MP, now Tigania East member of parliament and party leader Nopeu, and I insist niseme ni party leader wa Nopeu, Mpuru wa Bori. Your Excellency the President, with those introductions, just one announcement. Because the members of parliament and senators, the reason we have not given them an opportunity to speak, we have an engagement, and I will ask you to, I think the consultations were too loud. All members of parliament and senators, we will have an opportunity where we had an engagement yesterday evening. Please, we have another meeting immediately after the service and the speeches. Please let us reach